What is going on? Saturday QnAers. Hope everyone has had a nice, comfortable morning. I wanted to compile a list today of watches that look better than the Patek Cubitus. But also, I want to give you guys the option to talk about what you want to talk about in the Q&A chat, because I don't want everything to be filled up with Cubitus, Boobitus, Poopitus. You know what I mean? That's all it is, just a bunch of Poopitus. Mike K, certified teeth rot and moderator, Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, it's funny because people keep writing to me. I did 2 segments on the Cubitus this week, and people wrote to me being like, yeah, right, in a couple years you're gonna love it. Just admit it, you like it. Blah, 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 blah. No, it is ugly. It is very ugly, and the parts of it that I dislike aren't things they can remedy. Like, for instance, if I complained about dial symmetry, well, they could come out with a symmetrical dial. Or if I don't like the indexes, they could change the indexes in an upcoming model. But case shape, profile, they're not going to change that in an upcoming Cubitus model. Like, that's just what it is. So for me, I think the things I dislike about it vastly outweigh the things I like about it. In the last segment that I spoke about this watch, I mentioned the things that I do like about it. Unfortunately, the dislikes are not easily fixed unless you make a totally different watch. Adam is here. Dwight Nava is here. Good morning. Let's get into some questions. Why not? Also, up top, I do want to thank everyone for subscribing over at my other channel, Everything is Gay. It's a link in the description of this live stream. We just broke past 18,000 subscribers, and actually I just woke up and we're already at 18,400. So we're getting crazy engagement over there. That channel's going to hit 1 million subscribers. I'm calling it right now. So if you want to get in on the ground level, then go ahead and check out my other channel. Mostly Harmless is here with STC Gang. Carlos, hey Jory, I hope you're getting back on your feet and getting jacked. Best wishes of me, old mate. Thank you so much. I'm trying. I am trying to get jacked again, but who knows when that will effectively happen. What are you sipping on, by the way, guys? I do need to ask that before we even get into any questions. I ordered, okay, this is kind of proof you don't deviate from the things that you like, okay? Never try new things. Never leave your comfort zone. That's what I'm getting at. No. You know when you go to a place that you're kind of a regular at, and you always get the same thing, and then you see something new there, and you're like, all right, well, I like this place. I'll just get something else. Well, I did that, and it was a mistake. I always get this thing called Thai coffee. So for those of you who have ever had Thai tea, it's like that, but they add coffee to it, so it's like very caffeinated. It's really good. Now we get that like every Saturday. Let me put it this way: every time we go to that shop, that's what we get. This time I saw their seasonal menu. We haven't gone in a couple weeks. They had this thing called pumpkin pie coffee. Now I like pumpkin spice lattes, right? So I freaking ordered one. I don't like it. And the lady who runs the shop is so nice to us that, like, when I drank it, I was like, But in reality, I immediately regretted getting it. And Sammy knows me. So the second that the straw hit my lips, she was like, you don't like it, do you? So it is what it is. Carlos says full fat Coke. That is what is going on. This other coffee shop that I frequent on Saturdays, the one with all the birds chirping outside, that one has this new item called Turbo Coke, which sounds like something from the 80s, man, but it's actually just a soft drink. It's It's Coca-Cola with an espresso shot, which I've heard in the comment section here on YouTube. People have that in their various regions and they like it. Maybe I should try it. Dwight says, getting back into men's fragrance. I remember you talking about it a couple of live streams back. What do you recommend? So, I think when it comes to watch guys that are interested in fragrance, Teddy Baltazar is really the guy to talk about that. He actually is like a collector of men's fragrances. Now, I have a bunch, but I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur or an aficionado. But you know, everything is very subjective. So I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like. But here's what I do like. If you want a good, just day-to-day men's fragrance, Acqua di Gio by Giorgio Armani is like very, very tame and easy to wear every day, right? It gets compliments every time I wear it. You know, it's my girl, oh, you smell so good. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But also, it's not like offensively strong. So you don't want people to smell you coming, right? Only like you have to be very close to me to notice. Less is more, right? Now, what I will say, in the winter months, I often switch to Mont Blanc Legacy, the white bottle. The white bottle is a very good winter fragrance, from what I've been told. And then, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm going to show you my favorite fragrance right now. I don't know the name of it. So, hold on. I'm going to try to find the... Okay, cool. It's Versace, but I didn't know which one. Versace has a bunch of different fragrances. So let me find it and tell you. You go to Versace's website. Okay. It's this one. I'm going to share my screen. So this one is my favorite fragrance right now. Dylan Blue from Versace. Very, very good. A little bit of spice, but very fresh. And again, fairly mild, which is kind of the name of the game. So I would say this is probably my favorite fragrance right now. And this is what I wear every weekday. This is what I wear. So, yeah, anyway, great question. Guys, the best part about these Saturday Q&As is we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. By the way, people that are showing up from the future, I want to wave at you, chat. If we can wave to the people in the future and say hello, and that we see you and we love you, and I understand you can't be here every Saturday, but guess what? We've been doing daily segments on this channel every weekday morning as well. So the best part, some of you guys who join in on the weekday segments, if you could chime in and give me some feedback and let the other viewers know how much fun you have during those segments, it'd be great, because we actually get a very large group of people watching every weekday. So anybody that's been joining in, sound off in the comment section. I will read your testimonial, and hopefully we can get some more people and just keep growing it, because this week I did a segment every day on the Time Teller channel. All of them were live. No, 2 of them were edited, I believe, but the rest were live, and everyone loved it. Dwight says, I've tried Mont Blanc white bottle, but wanted something from Creed. Okay, Creed is very good. Creed is very good. However, just like with any fragrance, like company, right? Hit or miss. Some are disgusting. Some are great. What I will say is every Creed fragrance is incredibly strong. Okay, so, and also, this Versace, the 200 milliliter, is $140. Creed, that it would be like $500. Creed fragrances are so expensive for what you get, in my opinion. But Creed is, you know, that's like, everyone wants Creed fragrance. Can you take me higher? That's what I think when I think Creed. Thanks for your recommendations. Yeah, of course. Mostly harmless. What about a G-Shock having LED backlight instead of the classic green, blue EL? So, what do you mean? Because when I think classic backlight, like, okay. When I think classic backlight, I do think of that blue EL, because even back in the 90s, it must have been like it was very early on when I stole my dad's DW6600. That still had that classic G-Shock backlight. So I don't know what you mean by LED as opposed to that green blue EL. So give me an example and I'll give you my opinion. Mike K, certified T3 bot and moderator, says Old Spice $11 at Target. Amen. Amen. You know, my mom never let me get remember Axe body spray? Some of you guys, this might be before your time, but when I was growing up, Axe body spray was like the thing. My mom never let me get it, and thank God, because dudes would instead of showering, dudes would just do Axe body spray showers where they would just go through half a can in the morning, and they smelled terrible. They smelled absolutely terrible. So I never used it. My mom never let me use it. So thanks for saving me from that. Let's get in some more questions, guys. It's so funny. Whenever I'm in here, Turtle has to she has to be part of it. Come here. All right. Can we get some cat emojis in the chat? And turtle emojis, please. Don't we look alike? I swear it's like they know what a camera is at this point. It's insane. So in the chat as well, if you guys could, and this is past, present, future, anybody watching this, so even when I'm not live, because we get like a few thousand people that watch this after the fact, can you please give me your best argument? So list a watch and give me your best argument as to why it is better than the new Patek Cubitus. If you can give me a good argument, I'm going to compile it in an episode and I'm going to rank them. So if we can come together and figure out watches that are better than the Patek Cubitus and give me an argument, then I will put it in an episode. I will rank them and we'll see how many of these are actually better than this disgusting Patek. You know what's funny about that Patek, dude? I have this up right here. This bottle of Versace fragrance, it looks like a Cubitus. This looks better than a Cubitus. Crazy. You know what? I'm going to find a couple of them. Actually, Turtle wants all the attention. GX56BB. All right, let's take a look at some watches, shall we? The king, literally the king G-Shock. 56BB. We're going to do the GX56BB1, which is the king G-Shock. Let's have a look-see. I will share my screen with you. Don't worry, don't worry. So this is a watch I owned, and I actually gave to a friend of mine. And what's funny about this, I think that mostly harmless because he has a very good sense of humor. I think he was being a little tongue-in-cheek, but here's why it's so funny. This actually does look like a Cubitus, but better. So let's go ahead, actually. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at these Cubiti. Okay, so this is what they are. Disgusting. And I love square watches. I love rectangular watches, right? But let's take a look at this. Which one? I would rather have this. I'm sorry. They actually have very similar case profiles. So I don't know. Look, okay, so that's going to be the first one. The King G-Shock. Guys, I'm literally making a list here. So if you guys want to make some arguments, it's going to be in an episode. You will be mentioned in an episode. I wonder if you've heard about the Scout Titanium. Let's see. From Timex, I assume. Is it the Timex? They have the Expedition Scout. Is this it? I mean, they've been making these for forever, right? Captain Torres certified T3 boss. But you know what? I don't think you were putting it on the list, but this is not... You know what? I don't think that there's a similarity other than the blue dial, but I'm still going to put this as better than the Cubitus. Tiny little date window. Not a fan of that. GX looks like a cool Transformers version. Then what does the Cubitus look like? Patek Cubitus ripped off my Victorinox Inox and just squared it off. That's another one that we could sorry, I'm moving the mic around. That's another one that we could make an argument for. The Inox, right? Where is it? Come on. Captain Torres, can you give me a link? What is going on? You don't want to load an Inox image? Fine, then I'm going to find one myself. This is another watch that's just better than the Cubitus. Mad, watch collector in the building. Russ is here. Jory, hope you're well, my friend. Hi to all. Once I put a Timex Expedition in the study desk drawer, I could hear it ticking from the bedroom. Okay, so this is an Inox from Victorinox, Swiss Army, right? Is this better than the Cubitus? So this looks like, again, the pre-cut like die. This is like a pre-cut piece of metal, and then they finally smoothed it out and they came out with this. Only thing I don't like about the Inox is the offset date window. I will put this on the list. Still a better watch than the Cubitus, in my opinion. Dwight says, I'd rather have vintage Seiko TV watch. At least I can watch TV. Make says, would you consider a purchase of Cubitus is 1% of its retail price and independent to your brand? No, because it is legitimately ugly. It doesn't look good. That's my big issue with it. And you're right. Isolating it does make it better. Make Avu, and I'm probably mispronouncing your name, but he does bring up a very interesting point. If you took the Patek name off the Cubitus and gave it like an independent watchmaker's name, would it be more palatable? I think it would be more palatable, but it still wouldn't be something that I would wear. Okay? The fact that this is Patek's successor to the Nautilus. And I'm not a Nautilus fanboy, okay? People are gonna maybe get this twisted and be like, oh man, he's just, he's just hot for the Nautilus. He's just one of these Nautilus I actually don't even like the Nautilus, all right? But the fact that this is what they came out with after the Nautilus is very, very strange. This looks like something that would have been the predecessor to a Nautilus before we had the technology to carve out smooth cases and everything. This looks like they were cutting out a Nautilus from the metal, and they left all the tool marks and the extra material on the case, and then some Patek executive was like, yes, good, ship it. So you're right, it is worse that this is a Patek and it's related to the Nautilus, but it still would not be very palatable to me if it wasn't, or if it weren't Patek, right? So great question. That interesting hypothetical to mull over. You know what? Let's see something. Because there's another watch for the list, dude. There's yet another one. The Seiko TV watch. All right. Is there some place that we can... I guess this. Another first from Seiko, by the way. First TV watch, 1982. Is this better than the Cubitus? Yes, it's it's innovative, envisionary. Dare I say risky? 1.2-inch display with a tuner and headphones. The ability to listen to FM radio. It also had an alarm, chronograph, calendar, and other functions, incorporating advanced state-of-the-art technology such as newly developed LCD materials, LSIs, with low voltage and excellent response time. Also was registered in the Guinness Book of Records as world's smallest television. That's pretty dang cool. I think this is better than the Cubitus, but I could be wrong. Limey. Yeah, we spoke about that live before. Chinese kids are getting good. I picked up T50 today. Gotta be honest, I prefer the Cube monstrosity, and the price difference is insane. I prefer it to the Cube monstrosity. Let's see, the T50. Sorry, I'm trying to type while Turtle's on my lap fighting me the whole time. She's like, no, don't move. Don't move. Let's see. Is this better than the... I hate these pop-ups. Let's go. These websites. Zin is trying to get me to sign up for their freaking newsletter or something. Yeah, the T50 is just it's. By the way, I don't know watch buys. I'm just looking for these pictures of the T50s. Yeah, T50 is a better watch than the Cubitus. I don't even have to look at that. Zenith El Primero TV from the 70s. Let me see. I'm trying to think if I know the reference number. I'll just go TV. Because one of my buddies tried to sell me one for the shop, but it was not in good condition. So I did not take it. But I actually really like this watch. This watch is actually incredibly similar. Good call. And this is still a nicer presentation. And this offset date window is actually acceptable because Patek, Zenith had been doing this for a very long time already. This was this era of Zenith was doing the offset date window. And in this case, I think it makes sense because it's a 3-register chronograph. I dig it. This is very, very retro, sporty. So I actually really like this watch, and it's very chunky still. better than a Patek Cubitus. At least my Vostok was featured in a movie, unlike the Patek. Blech. Yeah. This is very 1970s, by the way. Excuse me. Look at that. Good looking watch, honestly. Very nice dial. How the chapter ring in Rio, how it's sloped into the dial. Very nice louvered cut date window, even though it's offset. Again, makes sense in this case. Nice contrast on the registers. Has that old school Zenith font with the old school Zenith applied logo. Very easy to read. I think it's a gorgeous watch, to be perfectly honest. So I think that's great. And this was back when Zenith owned Movado. So Movado was coming out with some really cool watches too around this time. G-Shock 5600 looks better than a Cubitus, for crying out loud. Yes, I have one right here on my desk. This looks better than a Cubitus. I have another watch that looks better than a Cubitus. Un momento. This looks better than the Cubitus. My Mech Exp MS1001. So it's keep listing off watches, dude. What's the best Bond watch? The Seiko from Moonraker. And it's better than the Cubitus, which is funny because it's also a square watch. Right here. Here. Better than the Cubitus. This Moonraker Seiko, the memory bank calendar. Who wore this? It's Roger Moore, right? So I didn't like Roger Moore really as James Bond, but he did have the coolest watch. The fact that they gave James Bond a Seiko, a memory bank, is pretty badass. Definitely better than the Cubitus. AJ says, "Smash the likes, you GAYSs." Seamaster 300. I disagree. Actually, that is not my favorite Bond watch. Question is, what the marketing intention behind this Cubitus move is. I think, okay, this is going to be a wild statement to make. I think the Cubitus was Patek playing it safe. I think the Cubitus was a way for them to make a Nautilus without making a Nautilus. Which is crazy because that's kind of what the Aquanaut was. The Aquanaut was for people who couldn't get a Nautilus. But then you look at this Cubitus, even the name, they're purposefully making it so it's relative to the Nautilus. You look at it and you can see the lineage, you can see the Nautilus blood in it, but it looks like it's just ugly or relative. It's very, very strange. Wasn't Roger Moore the Saint also? That does look indeed better than the Cubitus. Yeah. I think Timothy Dalton was a better James Bond than Roger Moore, and I think Timothy Dalton was only James Bond for like one James Bond, right? Or did he have two? Either way, I think Timothy Dalton was a better James Bond than Roger Moore, in my personal opinion, but what do I know? But yeah, my whole spiel is that I think the Cubitus is actually Patek playing it safe, which is maybe an insane statement to make. Oops, stream froze. No! All right, well, I'm going to wrap this one up anyway. I'm compiling a list of watches better than the Cubitus. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the other channel. Click the link in the description of this segment. I'm going to go over to youtube.com/@canweusethатword, and I'm going to play some magic with you guys. All right, guys, get out of your comfort zone. Tell someone you love them. Tell yourself you love yourself. And have a great weekend. Hope to see you on the other channel. Again, we just broke past 18,000 subs. And I'll see you there. Love you guys. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Tongue. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Mike, I couldn't go I couldn't hang out this week because I had a bunch of physical therapy and BS I have to deal with. I'll let you know. I'm dealing with a lot here, bro. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.